As we approach the end of 2023, of course, international football returns in the early stages of 2024. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the Africa Cup of the Nations, and in this video, we're going to show my early door predictions for Group A. Today we're taking a look at the Africa Cup of Nations over in the Ivory Coast. That's right. And of course, in this video, we're going to do my early door predictions. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang out all things Africa Cup of Nations related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski, of course, 2024 is the year of international football. We've got tournaments in Europe, in America, but of course, the most important one is right here in Africa. That's right, as we look forward to the return of the Africa Cup of Nations. Can our hosts, Ivory Coast, compete with the big boys such as Senegal and Nigeria, Cameroon? They're all in it. And of course, we're going to start here with an early door predictions. We'll get to them in a second. A big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And of course, if you're new, make sure you bang the old subscribe button. Of course, a whopping 78% of you are unsubscribed. Meanwhile, make sure you smash the like on the video. Get, of course, the YouTube algorithm working for you by smashing the like. You're going to get more AFCON content. We've got more prediction content, more stuff from me, but also stuff from other ones. And again, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. But anyway, let's get into it. Alrighty then, here we go with the first round predictions in Group A. These are, again, my early door predictions, which are likely to change as we get closer to the tournament, which is not that long away. We're looking at, about a month or so away, a month and a bit. So we'll revisit this. Maybe I could have done it a little bit earlier, but who cares? We're here, we're now. We're going to take a look at, of course, the nations that make up this group. And we do have the hosts right here, right now. Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, as they say. Champions twice, back in 1992 and 2015. And of course, qualified as host, but also as Group H runners-up. And their last appearance was back in 2021. They've been in the finals 25 times in the past, of course. So, a lot of hopes and dreams on the hosts here, but will they get off to a fly? Well, they're joined by another zinger chicken dinner. It's Nigeria, qualified as Group A winners. They've been in the tournament 20 times in the past. Last time was, of course, 2021. They are champions 3 times, 3-piece, 1980, 1994, and 2013. Can they do it again? Joining them, of course, will be Equatorial Guinea. That's right. They qualified as Group J runners-up back on the 17th of June. This is their 4th tournament. Of course, they were there last time around, and their best ever was back in 2015 when they finished 4th. Can they do it this time? Oh, of course, we'll see if they can get out of the groups first. Meanwhile, they are joined by these guys, which this is a tough one on the flag department in my eyes. I'm struggling. I think it's Guinea-Bissau. That's right. Qualified as Group A runners-up, 18th of June 2023. That's when they qualified. This is their 4th tournament. Also, they could never make it out of the group stages, and they fear this could be another one of those occasions. So those are the nations, of course, and these are the games, of course. So we're going to jump into it, and here I come right here, right now. Take a look at these games. Again, this is just a brief overview. Let's not get too concerned about what I say right here, and now we'll have a lot more content regarding the Africa Cup of Nations when we get closer. But this is my initial gut feeling for this one. We'll start with the hosts, Ivory Coast against Guinea-Bissau. That'll be on the 13th of January, of course. Hopefully we'll be able to watch this game. I'm not sure. I think I might be in Pennsylvania. We'll see, though. I do anticipate the hosts to get off to a good start, 3-1 win against a team or a nation that's probably going to be hoping for one of the third-place teams, just like the Euros. Third can get you there, and maybe an expanded competition than in previous years. I don't know. Meanwhile, of course, the other heavyweights, Nigeria will take on Equatorial Guinea in the same match day. That's, of course, the 14th of Jan. But, of course, Ivory Coast, we've already put a benchmark here. Basically, you've got to win these games before the 2 heavyweights, Ivory Coast and Nigeria, lock horns. So I do anticipate a 2-0 win for the Super Eagles. That's right, they'll come out on top with a clean sheet to boot, and also look like they are already certain to go through as one of the top 2 sides. But which way will that go? We'll take a look at that in a minute. Meanwhile, the big game really for that 3rd spot, or maybe even a possible upset for 2nd, is Equatorial Guinea up against Guinea-Bissau, taking place on the 18th of Jan. Basically, lose this one and you're definitely out. Win and you're you still have a chance. A draw really puts you in a bit of a lottery. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Guinea-Bissau here, up against the odds, up against Equatorial Guinea, who have had a better recent record, you would think, than Guinea-Bissau. So a good chance for Guinea-Bissau maybe to get out of those group stages for the first time ever in the Africa Cup of Nations. Of course, then is the big one, the other big one, the major big one, Ivory Coast, the host against Nigeria, one of the favourites. And we'll look at the odds in a little bit here. I'm going to go 2-1 win for the Super Eagles to put a little bit of pressure on the hosts here to really raise their game. So Nigeria, I think they're a different beast than they were previously. They have been very, of course, I think, did they qualify for Qatar? My memory is a little bit foggy at the moment, but I do anticipate them to come out on top here against a difficult Ivory Coast. Meanwhile, the final third game, basically do not trip up here on your final hurdle here. Equatorial Guinea up against Ivory Coast on the 22nd of January. Basically, Ivory Coast already got one win. I think a point will put them in second spot or more. They will come out top 2-0 win, comfortably done to at least get second spot, with Guinea-Bissau already with a win under their belts here, of course, and a goal against Ivory Coast. Can they cause a problem against Nigeria? Not this time. No. It looks like the Super Eagles will go through as top dogs, but who will join them alongside them? A quick look at the odds in Group A. This is the odds for this group and this group alone. Guinea-Bissau 20-1. They are, of course, fourth favourites. Equatorial Guinea are 14-1. They are third favourites. The Super Eagles, Nigeria, are 5-4. Second favourites, with Ivory Coast 5-4 on. So Ivory Coast are favoured here, but of course we already know that Nigeria come out on top on my group. So here we go then. Fourth place is Equatorial Guinea. Unfortunately, they're not matching the bookies' odds, and they are out. Meanwhile, Guinea-Bissau with that 3 points could be good enough. We'll have to see on the completion of this set of videos to see if it is enough. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast coming in second spot with 6 points, and then they're joined at the top there by the Super Eagles, top dogs in this group, a difficult group, and of course a lot of these groups are difficult, very lopsided too. You see a lot of like two heavyweights in most groups. So, and this one sees Nigeria coming out on top. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Those are my early door predictions for Africa Cup of Nations over in the Ivory Coast. That's right. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Also, while you're at it, make sure you smash the old subscribe. A whopping 78% of you are unsubscribed, because we're going to have a lot of content for the Africa Cup of Nations as we edge closer to it. Meanwhile, make sure you smash the like on the video. Get the YouTube algorithm working for you. By doing that, you're going to get more Africa Cup of Nations content to you, whether it's from me or others. It does help you out, but it also helps the video out, which also helps the channel out, which also helps me out. So please do that. Make sure you smash the like, smash the subscribe, hit the little bell as well, so you don't miss a beat. We're going to go live. A lot of content will be live in relation to the Africa Cup of Nations, but until then, let me know your thoughts and opinions about my predictions down below, and of course we'll see you for the next one very, very soon.